Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Egyptian Goddess 31, aka Justina, and this is my first video. It is so surreal to finally able to do this. I've spoken about this idea with a few friends of mine for so long now, saying I'm gonna create my YouTube channel, I'm gonna make my first video, and I just never had the courage to. And you know what? I finally decided to say, fuck it. I'm gonna do this. I've been wanting to do this for so long. What's stopping me now? Now, I am no expert in being in front of a camera. It's so awkward sometimes to just be sitting here and really talking to yourself and doing this. But here I am. I'm taking a bet on myself. I'm taking the chance on myself, and I just want to be able to do this. The reason why I'm creating this channel is because I want to help others. I always felt like I was put on this earth to help people and raise the vibrations of others, because I was once that girl that was so negative all the time, that didn't know how to change her life or react in certain ways. And at one point I said enough is enough. I gotta change, and I want to share my experiences. I want to be able to tell how I did it. And if anybody can relate to this video, if one person just sees this and feel like, you know what, I definitely relate to what she says, then I honestly accomplished my goal here. This is just what I'm doing with this YouTube channel, and I hope that you enjoy my videos. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is where I'm from, and just give you a little background on my life. Obviously, from my name, you do know that I'm Egyptian. I was born there and lived there till I was 17. And we came here 2009. I came here with my parents, and I do have other siblings. I have three other siblings, but they live all the way in France, and they moved there while we were in Egypt. So when we came here to the US, it was just me and my parents, and we do have family out here. We stayed with them for a while till we got on our feet and were able to move out and have our own place. I think in a way, so much has happened into my life when I was a child, and so many experiences that it just changed me so much and also shaped me into the woman I am today. Obviously, the first really experience that changed my life was my siblings leaving. You know, I was the youngest and had three other siblings and three role models to look up to. And all of a sudden, one day, I just lost that. And it has turned me into a loner. It definitely changed something in me and made me just want to be alone. And sometimes even if I'm around people, then I will get irritated. And as much as like I like to be out and about, as much as I like to stay in as well and just not be bothered. Look at your siblings as those are the first best friends that you're gonna have. You're gonna have forever. Distance was so big that we missed out on so much in each other's lives, and you kind of start feeling like that they're stranger even though they're your own family. So that was definitely one of the biggest experiences that had an impact on my life. And then of course the second was moving here, coming to the US, where you don't speak a language, or you don't know how to really speak the language. And I came with my parents, and they were a little bit older, so I had to step in and be the parent. I had to be the one to learn how to speak the language, how to make a doctor appointment, how to write a check. But he was out here enjoying their teenage life. I was a parent. It felt like I was a parent to two adults. It always felt like I couldn't be a kid when I wanted to be a kid, when everybody around me was being a kid. And as I got older and as I became an adult, it's definitely caused so many issues between us as well. And in a way, it made me resent them. And I didn't want to feel that way anymore, because one thing I know is that parents are so precious to us, and life is so short, especially that when they get older and you see them aging, you never want to have a bad relationship, because tomorrow is not promised. I don't want to resent my parents for the way I was feeling towards them. I didn't want feel any some type of way for them not being able to do what they were supposed to do as parents because they just didn't know any better of learning the language. Because they are the best people ever. They have sacrificed so much. They came here just for me to have a better life because back in our country, it just wasn't an option for me. If I was gonna be anything over there, I didn't know if I was gonna be able to be who I want to be. So I cannot take that opportunity of them bringing me here for granted. That's the reason why I seek therapy in the first place. Mental health is a big thing. I have suffered from depression and anxiety, and in a way, I think the way I grew up and the way that things has happened into my life has caused these little, you know, negative emotions, and as an adult I experienced that through depression and anxiety. I didn't like my therapist for the first time. I hope that if you do talk to a therapist and you feel like you cannot vibe with her, I hope that you end it, because even though I didn't like her, I still continued because I also didn't know better. So that's just a piece of advice. If you're seeing a therapist and you feel like you're not vibing, if you feel like maybe you're holding some things into your life that you don't want to discuss because you feel like, I don't know if I can trust this person, then you know what? Get out of there. Find you a therapist that you actually like and can talk to and just open up to, because my second therapist really made a big difference into my life, made a big difference of the relationship I had with my parents. So to do therapy, please go for it. Don't ever feel bad for wanting to seek help. And don't let anyone make you think that you're crazy or that there's something wrong with you just because you're going to therapy. Fuck that. You're doing it for you. Go for it. I think you should absolutely do if you've been thinking about therapy. It has changed my life and it made a difference into my life. Having that somebody that tells you what you need to hear instead of what you want to hear is just, it just makes all the big difference. So take the chance and do it. If you've been thinking about it, go for it. 100% recommend it. So back to it with the experiences that changed my life. So that just, I think, a couple of the things that just shaped me into who I am and the woman I became today. Taking that responsibility and being a parent to my parents made me a little bit more, taught me responsibility at such a young age, and kind of taught me how to be a responsible person as an adult. In a way, it also made me so uptight because it's like I couldn't mess up. I really just had to do things the right way because I couldn't afford to mess up because I'm taking care of them. So that's why as I got older, I decided to finally just, I wanted to live for me. So at the age of 29, I decided to move out of my parents' house. And I just didn't move down the road from them. I left New Jersey and moved to Miami, Florida. I really didn't know anybody out here. I packed my car, I took my corgi dog, and just moved to Miami. I came out here like a year or two before I decided to move to visit a friend. When I came here to visit Miami, it felt it felt right. It felt like this was home. And even though I was on vacation, I didn't even want to leave. It just felt like I was meant to come out here. I was meant to get the invitation from, my friend at the time. And when I moved here, me and him weren't even in communication. And I just decided that I was called to go out there and see how it is, because I didn't even come to Miami before that. All it took was for me to just come out here and visit once and just feel like this was home. So I decided to take a chance on myself back in 2021 and just say, you know what, I'm gonna go see what this is about. I even give myself a year. I said that if I don't like it, then I can always move back. And I really didn't know how it was gonna go. I didn't know if this was gonna be for me, because you can go visit somewhere and you like it, but then you can go live there and it's a totally different thing. So I took the chance, I bet on myself, and I moved out here. And I think therapy was one of the reasons why I realized that it's okay that I have to live for myself, because I was feeling guilty for so long and I didn't want to leave my parents, especially that they were getting older. But I also decided that it's okay because for so many years I did my responsibility as well, and I did my part by taking care of them for so long, and it was just time for me to live for me as well, because I was getting older myself, and experiences and time have passed that I wasted, or I didn't get to experience, or I didn't get to live, and had to do it. I had to do it for me. So that was definitely one of the biggest risks. And honestly, shout out to my parents for still even believing in me, even when they didn't understand when I told them that I want to move. As a Middle Eastern woman, you don't really just get up and leave your parents' house unless you're getting married. For me to come out here and live alone, them being so worried because they just were like, why you're leaving our home where you're not even paying rent to go somewhere where you have to pay rent. And honestly, it was a struggle. It was definitely a struggle trying to convince your parents, who are old and old fashioned and come from a place where it's not like modern out here, and they just get it that you just want to go live alone. It was a struggle and it was a battle between us, and it really definitely wasn't the easiest. So also, if you've been thinking about moving out, do it, take the chance, take the risk. Home is always going to be home. You can always go back to home. You never want to grow up or grow old and think back about it when you had that thought of wanting you to do, if you wanted to do something, and because you were so scared you didn't want to. So what? Do it. And if you fail, you get up and you try again and you try something different, or you can even try the same thing till you succeed. So here I am. Here I am 2 years later, and I'm officially more comfortable to call this home, to call that this is actually was one of the steps that I was meant to do for myself. I've grown so much since I moved out. It was not the easiest move, because you leaving home and you leaving your friends and family and everything that you know to go somewhere where you don't really know anybody. It can get so lonely, but I promise you it gets better. You get to meet new people, you get to meet new connections, you get to experience new places, new food. It keeps getting better and better. So do it. Whatever you think you want to do, whatever chance you want to take on yourself and that, I want you to do it. I want you to say, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. So what if I fail? Don't let anybody ridicule you or think that you're crazy for having an idea or a dream. Life is so short. We're never gonna get this chance again. And we're spiritual beings having a human experience, and I think we should make the best of it. And that's why I'm here today. I want to help encourage you to do things that scare you, because from my experiences, I did it and I succeeded so much. And I hope I can inspire you, and I hope I can do the same for you and give you that feeling and the motivation that you can do whatever you put your mind to. Just know that the universe is always got your back. The universe always has your best interest, and that you're always protected and you're at the right place at the right time. The universe makes no mistakes. If it was not meant for you, you wouldn't be experiencing it right now. Also, just know that you can speak your reality into existence. You can create whatever you're thinking about, whatever you put your energy and intention and mind into, it will become your reality, it will become your life. And I just want you to know that my life is a big example of that, and I'm a big believer in it, and a big believer of the law of attraction. But I'm going to make this video short and sweet. I just wanted to give you an kind of what my channel will be about. Please let me know if you like the video. Please let me know if you have any suggestions of what you want me to talk about. I by no mean, I'm not an expert. I don't have a degree in this. This is just me having my own experiences, and I want to share it with you. And if you suggest something that I can talk about, I absolutely will give my opinion, and I will let you know how it worked out for me. So please give me a feedback. Any feedback is welcome, and I hope you enjoy this video. And if you do, please subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to you later. Love and peace, y'all.